From his fellow One Directioners turning on him to being accused of not writing his own songs, here are some of the celebrities that can't stand Harry Styles. Let's start with the infamous Vogue cover. So as many of you might remember, the former One Direction singer was seen on the cover of Vogue magazine in December of 2020, and he made history by becoming the first man to feature on the cover of American Vogue. While most of his fans absolutely loved the achievement, many were questioning his fashion choices, and his bold look became the talk of the internet. Trending on Twitter and all, I'm sure you know the drill, but Billy Porter wasn't too happy about it. The Cinderella actor shared his opinion in an interview.
Right. For the people who don't know, Harry Styles was the first man to appear on the cover of Vogue
in a dress.
Right.
And so the conversation is actually deeper than that. It is about the systems of oppression and erasure of people of color who contribute to the culture.
His criticism was that while it was he who started the conversation about non-binary fashion, Vogue still ended up putting Harry Styles on the cover, a straight white man in a dress on their cover for the first time. Those are his exact words. I'll be honest, Billy hasn't got the same reach as Harry Styles, and don't you sense a bit of jealousy in his comments? He further clarified his stance by saying that how Harry would be the representative for the conversation that wasn't even started by him. He's just doing it for the sake of it. While Billy would have been a better candidate as the issue matters to him, I see what he's trying to say, but maybe talking about it publicly wasn't the best option. Billy, I gotta say, you've definitely ruined your chance with Vogue now. The next celebrity is an interesting one, because he's shared a good amount of time with Harry on and off the stage. It's Zayn Malik, and his comments that made everyone curious. Harry and Zayn are arguably the two most loved members of the One Direction band.
Ask because there's some rumors flying that Zayn, you are leaving the band. Is that true?
Yeah, he's gone. He's on the next flight.
Yeah. Well, it's out there.
No, that's the first I've heard of that.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
You're here.
I'm here. I'm fine. We're a band.
If he is, no, he's doing a very good job.
He's here.
Good for him.
While the fans can argue about who's doing better, it's safe to say that both of them are doing a wonderful job with their solo careers.
For me, it was kind of a little bit of that, and I kind of enjoyed it. It was fun to, reminisce on things and think about what was bad and what was good and make sense of it all, because I didn't feel like I really had time to do that in the band, so it was nice to have that time.
Harry and Zayn ruled the hearts of many together for several years, and that's enough reason to assume that they might be best pals, but the reality isn't always what it seems. Zayn Malik revealed in an interview with the Us Weekly that he and the Dunkirk actor never really spoke when they were part of the band, and that he didn't think they'd have much of a relationship after Zayn left the band in 2015.
It was hard, Part of it was kind of like we were sad someone had left, but also sad that he was not enjoying it so much that he had to leave.
I wasn't expecting that, and I'm sure many of you weren't as well. I'm beginning to think whether they had an issue throughout their time in One Direction. Was Harry the reason Zayn left? Are they jealous of each other's success? Clearly, Harry is on a better trajectory these days. He starred in 2 movies last year, My Policeman and Don't Worry Darling, both of which did reasonably well. And of course, he was part of Dunkirk too. You know you've got it made when you're part of a Nolan film. Not to forget, As It Was a global hit. 15 weeks on the top spot of the Hot 100 charts. That says something, and honestly, the song was a banger. Coming back to Zayn, there can be many conspiracy theories about what happened, but it's obvious the two of them don't get along much. There's another member of the band who's not on the best terms with Harry, and this time, it's Liam Payne. Since the group broke up, Zayn isn't the only one who's not on speaking terms with Harry. Liam has also made some harsh comments about his former bandmate over the years.
This was not aired on TV. And I don't know why I did this, but there was just something inside me that I had to just put my flag in the sand early. But I've been doing this. This was my last chance to do what I do, and I've been doing this for a very long time now, and I've experienced all of it. And like the guys who were behind me have literally just jumped on the show, and now they're going through. So I was like, can I have 5 minutes to decide?
I'm starting to see the cracks that potentially broke the group. Liam said some stuff pinpointing Styles' fashion choices and how he does not support them. He asked whether he'd let Harry babysit his son, to which he immediately denied and said that he can't rely on Harry because he's afraid his child might come out dressed in something weird and absurd. One thing that's established is most celebs really don't like the way Harry Styles styles himself. See what I did there? Liam mentioned in another interview that the two friends have now become strangers to one another. They haven't talked in years, so much so that Liam said if they were to meet sometime soon, he'd have nothing to say other than hello or how are you. It's kinda sad knowing they're not even on speaking terms after all the success they shared together. I'm not sure who to blame or what caused this, but maybe it's just the fast pace of life. You have to move on from the past if you see yourself somewhere in the future. We've talked about a couple of One Direction members not getting along with Styles, though there are other singers outside of the band who share similar views about him. I'm talking about none other than Noel Gallagher. The Oasis guitarist has had a few confrontations with Styles over the years. I mean, he's often known as Harry Styles' most passionate hater. That says a lot, doesn't it? Anyway, he doesn't think Harry Styles writes his own songs, and that you wouldn't find him in a room with an acoustic guitar, but he'll probably be seen with a bunch of girls surrounding him. Noel went on to say that his cat would have written Sign of the Times in 10 minutes, indicating that there's someone else who's writing his songs. Harry spoke out on it indirectly, saying that the girls have better music taste than a 30-year-old hipster guy. The other issue Noel had with Harry wasn't particularly about his music or his fashion sense, but it was more about the fact that his wife was a fan of the pop singer, and guess what? She loved Sign of the Times. I suppose you can put it in the category of jealousy. It's been a while since someone has criticized Harry's fashion sense. Don't worry, we've got Candace Owens for you.
You can wear your dresses. Nobody has sat here and said, if you're a man in a dress, something bad should happen to you. I don't believe that. I believe people should live and do as they want. But I think it is wrong for our society to keep perverting things.
The political commentator made it very clear on Twitter that she wasn't a fan of the singer shortly after his cover of Vogue was released. Yes, we're talking about the same cover. She went on to say that every society needs strong men to rely on, and that Styles' actions go against this notion. She asked to bring back manly men. Now that's a pretty claim made against a superstar. He had to respond. Harry did that by posting a picture of his shoot with Variety, with the same caption, "Bring back manly men." Let's just say that the pictures weren't manly. Candace emphasized her influence in one of her posts and said that Harry dedicated a whole post to her. The whole situation gives off the vibe that she really just wanted attention, and it was purely a publicity stunt. But hey, to each their own. You've all heard treat people with kindness, right? The pop group Lucius has some pretty interesting things to say about it. The group accused Styles of doing wrong against them. They said they worked with him on a song that never made it to his album. I mean, that's crazy. Soon after, the girls were asked to record vocals for Treat People with Kindness. They thought it'd be a small part, but they sang most of it, the chorus and all. When they received the copy 2 weeks later, it was literally them throughout the song. Lucius believes they weren't really given the credit they deserve and that their contribution was more than just a feature. Now, I know the song was a massive hit. I also think it's unfair to not give artists the credit they deserve. Those were celebrities who can't stand Harry Styles. See you in the next video.